Today's topic is equipotential surfaces. As per the name, equipotential surface means potential is equal on the surface. That surface is called the equipotential surface. So there is a definition: an equipotential surface is that surface at every point on which the electric potential is the same. We want to understand how it is. E.g., for example, a spherical surface at the center of which a charge is placed. So that you can understand here, if plus q charge is placed at the point O here, then at a distance r1 we can find out the potential, which is given by the formula, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r1. Then at every point with a distance r1, on this side, on that side, on that side, on that side, inside, outside, everywhere at a distance r1, the potential will equal to V1. That is formula 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r1. So that will be the same. So this small sphere having the radius r1, at every point, if we join all the points, you will get a circle of radius r1. So this small circle having at which at every point the potential is same, right? Now, so this surface that we call as the equipotential surface, because potential is the same. Now I am getting only one surface here? No. If this distance is increases, if the radius is increases for this radius r2, I can find out the potential at a distance r2. Formula is there. So at every distance from the point O, all the distances for r2, the potential will be the same. So this complete circle, if you draw the circle, so this circle of the radius r2, at every point potential is same. So this surface is called the equipotential surface. Similarly, you can extend the radius. This third circle is also there having the radius r3. The potential is V3 everywhere at a distance r3. The potential is same, that is equals to V3. So these all circles with the constant center is called the equipotential surfaces. In general, we call as the equipotentials, right? So if you are extending this distance from the center, this sphere become having the greater and greater radius, and might be at very large distance, a part of a sphere is considered as the parallel. So we can say you can obtain spherical, you can obtain the constant or the equipotential surfaces which are parallel to each other at a very large distance. So this is, you can understand what is an equipotential surface. Now we want to understand the characteristics of the equipotential surfaces. Now see in this diagram, this is the direction of electric field intensity, which is perpendicular to the surface, and here is the potential. Here, or for this radius r2, this is the potential, this is the equipotential surface, right? Electric field intensity is always perpendicular. So the electric field and the potential, they are mutually perpendicular to one another, right? Electric field and potential, they are mutually perpendicular to one another, because always this circle and this electric field intensity, they are parallel to each other. They are perpendicular to one another. So this is the characteristic, that is equipotentials and electric fields are right angle to each other. What happen if we can say, if they are not right angle to each other? If this electric field is not right angle to the potential, then what will happen? There must be the component of the electric field in the direction of the surface. And if we are saying these all are the equipotential surface, or every point on the circle is the equipotentials, then work has to be done to move the charge from one point to the another. But this is not happen. If it is equipotential surface, no work has to be done. So there is no component in the direction of the surface. So it shows that the electric field is always perpendicular to the electric potential. They are perpendicular to one another. And one more thing, the potential at the small circle is, suppose the potential is V1. For the second circle of radius R2, potential is V2. For the third one, if it is V3, then V1 is greater than V2, then greater than V3, because this is the closest one, so it is greater, then it is smaller, and this is the smallest one. So and direction of the electric field is in this direction. So what we can conclude, that the direction of electric field is from higher potential to lower potential, right? This is for the positive charge. The charge is positive, then we can say the direction of the electric field intensity is from higher potential to lower potential, right? Now we are trying to understand a very important characteristic of the equipotentials, that is, if a charge is carried from one point to another point on an equipotential, no work has to be done to move a charge, or in other way we can say the net work done on a charge for carrying between any 2 points on an equipotential surface is 0. Why it is 0? Because they all are at the same potentials. So no work must be done in carrying a charge from one place to another place, right? Here because work done is VQ, here the potential is V on first circle. At another point the potential is again V. So the work done is equal to VQ. Here also the VQ. No work is done. So what we can say, these 2 points are at equipotential, work done equals to 0. For all these circles having the greater radii, the work done for each and every circle is equal to 0. So if we are moving the charge from one point to another on the equipotential surface, the work done is equal to 0, right?